So this time from the DC Universe Classics Wave 19, we're taking a look at Kobra, as he's known on the package, Lord Naga. The sculpt here is very nice. He's got this very nice scaling details that first showed up in Aquaman and later moved to Copperhead, which I believe this body uses the base as a base for the figure. One thing that I don't like about the figure is the sort of floating hood. So the hood sculpt here, you can see that they've tried to go for... They really sculpted it well up here, but because of the way it is, it tends to have this floating look, and you can see the gaps in it in the back here and up front. So it can look kind of odd in that it doesn't lie so close to the I guess the shoulder pad and where the rest of the cape is draped over him. And so I wish this were a little bit closer together, so it would maybe eliminate that sort of floating effect. And the coloring is pretty nice. I mean, looks like a blend of some orange, red, and yellow. It contrasts very nice with the green. There are also very nicely painted gold bits on his gloves, boots, even the trim of the shoulder pads here. For accessories, he comes with one accessory, and that's his Kobra staff. And you can see it is detailed to look just like a hooded cobra. You can see the head of the snake in the hood, and on the back there's even designed the pattern on the back of a snake's hood. You see one side is smooth and the other side has these indentation to signify the scales at the bottom of a snake called scutes, which help the snake in moving. Very nicely detailed staff there. For articulation, it's pretty much the standard for DC Universe Classics. However, he is much more limited by the addition of stuff like shoulder pads, his little draping piece here, and the cape, but mostly the shoulder pads here. And so let's start with the head. He does kind of go up and down. No, not really. Just side to side like that, and left and right. His arms do go this far before running into the problem of the shoulder pads not being able to get out of the way. But you can move him out to the side and complete the rotation there all the way around. And he does go in and out. He rotates at the bicep here, bends at the elbow, and rotates at the wrist. He's got ab articulation forward and back, waist articulation. His legs go forward and back, out to the side, rotate under his leg bands right there. Done very nicely, I'll have to say. He bends at the knee, and his ankles are supposed to bend, but this one ankle is stuck into position, and I don't want to force it and break his ankle. Watch out for that. It's probably having to do with the paint on his boots there. Kobra first appears in his own series, Kobra #1, in 1976. And Kobra is actually one of two twins that were born Siamese, or joined. I guess now the correct term is conjoined twins. He was separated from his brother. His name is Jeff Franklin Burr, and his brother was Jason. So he was taken and raised by this cult called the Cult of Kobra, who believed in a prophecy that he would lead them into conquering the world during the end times, basically. Kind of taking some of the Hindu mysticism and their own interpretation of prophecies. Now, he's addressed as Lord Naga at first, which becomes Naga and then just Lord Naga. I believe it's all rooted into the Hindu word for snake or serpent. So he grows up and becomes a terrorist seeking the Kali Yuga, which is that I believe it's the fourth and final stage of the Hindu prophecy of the end of the world. Now, he manages to have a psychic link to his brother, who is recruited in the fight against Kobra, and which leads to a confrontation between the two brothers, where Jeff actually does kill Jason. However, often times he is haunted by his dead brother, and yeah, it's really not quite. You're really never quite sure whether it's the actual ghost of his brother that's haunting him, or just the memory of his brother and his guilt that creates this visions of his brother. Kobra actually discovered the secrets to creating the Lazarus pits that Ra's al Ghul discovered. He also created one of the cheetahs, the Deborah Domain cheetah. He recently, in JSA, got a big sort of resurgence in that title when he first he kidnaps Airwave and takes over the electronic transmissions of the world using him, and he actually crashes a jet with Terry Rothstein on it, who happens to be Atom Smasher's mom. Through manipulation, she's later saved. He is captured by the JSA, and he manages to escape the trial by holding the crowd hostage. The JSA makes the decision to let him go rather than have his followers detonate bombs in the crowd of people who are observing the trial. This leads to kind of a split between the JSA, with recent member Black Adam and Atom Smasher. Black Adam and Atom Smasher leave the JSA, and Black Adam eventually tracks down and kills Jeff. And but that's not the end of Kobra, as Jason somehow is resurrected, probably through the use of a Lazarus Pit. Decides to take over the cult of Kobra for his own reasons, beginning undercover as a checkmate agent to learn the weaknesses of Kobra and to better take it over. I don't think Kobra has popped up yet in the new 52, but it's just a matter of time. It's also pretty prevalent in a lot of the other media, particularly the animated series. I know he first appeared in Batman Beyond, surviving the cult of Kobra, surviving into that future. However, he makes appearances in Static Shock, also in that future. But then I think he's mentioned several times in the Justice League Unlimited, and he does make an appearance on Batman the Brave and the Bold, fighting the Outsiders, and on Young Justice, he appears voiced by Arnold Vosloo, who most of you will know as the Mummy from the Mummy Returns. So I guess that'll be it for Kobra. So stay tuned for more reviews on the other figures in the wave, and until my next video, I'll see you.